Gates has been filmed drinking poop water.
Good for him.
No, this story is more serious than it sounds. So there is a huge issue with many different countries not having access to clean drinking water. So as a result, there are different organizations that are working on changing sewage water to drinking water. Now, in the video that we're about to show you, you will see Bill Gates drinking water that has been treated so it does become drinking water from sewage water. Take a look.
Over 2.5 billion people have no access to safe sanitation. We asked brilliant engineers to help us solve this problem. And one of those engineers actually has proposed a solution where the waste is valuable.
The Omni processor turns sewer sludge, which is kind of nasty, into clean drinking water, electricity, and ash that is pathogen-free. This is where the sludge enters the machine. It goes up this conveyor belt, is fed into these large tubes we call the dryer. That's where we boil the sludge. And in the boiling process, we separate the water vapor from the solids.
I am very impressed with this solution we're seeing here. It generates electricity, it generates clean water.
It will grow to every corner of the earth that needs it because it makes money every day.
It's water.
Okay, so in a picture that I saw online with this story, Bill Gates looks like when he's drinking the water, he's like, okay, and then when you watch the video, you realize, no, that's just his face. Okay, so he wasn't trying to make a face about it, and he drank it perfectly fine. Although in that case, if I was him, in order to demonstrate, I'd be like, hey, whoa, and I would have downed the thing. But look, H2O is H2O. Having said that, I know why people are skeptical. You know why? Because people make mistakes.
It's not only that. So it really depends on who will be behind making this water sanitary for human consumption.
Behind.
You're the worst. You're a child. Okay, no, but seriously, because we have a huge problem in America when it comes to regulating our food, right? So we have like E. coli outbreaks, and we have issues with food poisoning constantly because corporations aren't doing their jobs and they aren't, you know, they're cutting corners to save costs. So if you're talking about a philanthropic group that's putting all their weight behind this because they genuinely want to provide clean drinking water to people, cool. But like the reason why I'm worried about it is because I live in California, right, where we deal with droughts because of climate change, okay? So I have no doubt in my mind that sometime in the near future we're going to be drinking recycled water or poop water, and I have no interest in that because if it's a corporation behind it, I don't know if they're going to be doing the right thing.
Yeah, so that's a very interesting point. Like, look, would I drink poop water if I had to? Yeah, I would. And because the poop isn't in the water. If they've done it right, it's just clean water, right? Now, having said that, you're right. They cut a lot of corners. I mean, look at all the mining accidents. And there's people's lives at stake, and they go, no, we got to make an extra nickel. Forget the safety, right? So the guys who say that, could they also say, forget the poop, just keep it in the water, let's make an extra nickel, right?
Yeah.
That is entirely possible. And in this video, they say, and I don't want to take anything away from Bill Gates, because I think he's trying to do the right thing here, right? I think he's trying to find different ways of producing water better and to be more efficient, et cetera. So I think his heart's in the right place. But in the video, they say brilliant engineers, and they point to two guys. But it starts with brilliant engineers, and eventually, the guy running the plant in your neck of the woods isn't necessarily a brilliant engineer. The guy running the plant in your neck of the woods is eventually Homer Simpson.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all very scary. And look, I don't want to be too negative on this story because overall this is a great thing and it's so important to get clean drinking water to impoverished countries that don't have access to it. But at the same time, you know, with something like this, with something as critical as clean drinking water, you have to ensure that there are regulations in place so people do their jobs correctly. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, if you have to do it, and a lot of places do have to do it, right, just make sure that it's really well regulated.
Yeah.
Okay, don't be all libertarian about it. You know, if people are taking a dump in the water, nobody's cleaning it. Eventually, people will drink the water and then they'll stop drinking it. But then it's too late by then because somebody already took a dump in your mouth. Okay, so regulate it.
Yeah, by the way, I want to give Bill Gates a lot of credit because he's working on all sorts of things, right? He's putting his weight behind this project. He's like paying people to come up with a condom that feels good.
Yeah.
Like this guy is diverse, okay?
Education.
Yeah.
So you might not agree with every project he's working on, but look, and some people are now so jaded by all the bankers and all the things that are going wrong that they feel like, Bill Gates, he's evil, he's rich, eat the rich, right? Maybe I'm not, but I think Bill Gates' heart is definitely in the right place. I think he's trying really hard to use his money for good, and he's gotten other people, other billionaires, to use their money for good. And I think there's nothing wrong with Microsoft. I mean, you could have your opinions on whether you like Microsoft or not, or you use Microsoft or not. But he's not like one of the robber barons. I know people are going to get on me, oh, you don't know the anti-monopoly, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I know. But he didn't like run people under railroad tracks as he was building his empire, and he's largely using his money for good. So don't be too cynical. Sometimes people are just trying to do the right thing.